and Insight.me as we present The Healing Box, live at Inglewood's world-famous Miracle Theater, Saturday evening, May 23rd at 7 p.m. Look, I understand. Your attachment style has been running your life like a rogue algorithm, and nobody has had the courage to press pause. Until now, Dr. Pakoya McCall and yours truly are curating a night where clinicians, spiritualists, and an all-star panel of Black woman healers like Dr. Shalonda Sunshine Crawford, Dr. Jashana Johnson, and spiritualist Precious McGill will join some amazing spoken word artists and the legendary comedian Louis Dix to diagnose, disrupt, and heal your relational wreckage in real time. Listen, bring your trauma. As a matter of fact, bring your baby mama. No, bring your testimony. And if you're still texting your ex at 2 a.m., baby, you're not just invited, you're the target demo. Tickets are moving fast, so grab yours at themiracleinglewood.com before your dating history gets flagged as a pre-existing condition. That's themiracleinglewood.com. We'll see you there Saturday, May 23rd at 7 p.m.
My AI just changed. It just buzzed the front gate. I thank God you came. How many more days could I wait? I made plans with you, and I won't let them fall through. I think I lie for you. I think I die for you. Jodeci cry for you. Do things when you want me to. Like controller. Yeah, like controller. Yeah. Okay, you like it when I get aggressive. Tell you to.
Welcome in. Happy Thursday. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. Hey.
Jill, you looking too excited right now. What's going on with you?
This was my jam.
Okay.
What you mean?
Just saying.
What?
West Coast.
West Coast till I die, but yeah. I've been upfront about the fact that I was a Drake fan. I saw him take the L. Was riding with the West. Now I'm trying to hear what he's on. Apparently, he's on dissing Kendrick, Khaled, LeBron, and I got some more news about that in a second.
Speculation says that's actually one of them throwaway records that he had from back then. But then, when Not Like Us dropped out, he couldn't handle it no more and whatnot.
He let it out there?
He just let it out, considering there was no single on this album or whatnot.
Hey. Yeah. All right, well, listen, you're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. And tonight, our facts, context, and culture will consist of is the algorithm. The algorithm. Is it showing you everything it needs to? Are you being stopped from learning about your new favorite music releases? Lizzo thinks so. So we're going to talk about it. We're also talking about Kandi, and she is opening up about grown woman healing following her divorce. Grown women. And later we are going to have an interview with Boots Riley and LaKeith Stanfield for for the new release of the film I Love Boosters, which also stars Keke Palmer and others. We're going to get into that. And, funny on the surface, but it's really talking about who gets to steal from who it's okay for. All right. And because we're in 2026, right, your favorite artists are dropping music and the algorithm may still be like, cute, I'm showing you a cat eating grapes instead. Right? That's Lizzo's basic beef. Before we get into that, though, I want to give you a couple of conversation starters because that's what we do here, right? It's Front Row Live Thursday. And as Andy mentioned, there's a new Drake album dropping in a couple of hours. Iceman, right? But wait. The rumors are The rumors, DJ Head said, that rhymed, DJ Head said, that there is speculation that an hour after Iceman drops, there will be a second album dropping titled Man of Honor, allegedly.
By who?
Drake.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that it's really a double album, and he's dropping Iceman at midnight, and then at 1 a.m., Man of Honor allegedly is dropping, right? Drake hasn't confirmed the rumors, but we'll see whether there's an alleged second project dropping tomorrow. Well, tonight.
I don't like the way that sounds.
You don't?
Unless Iceman is going to be maybe 10 tracks long, and this Man of Honor is going to be 10 tracks, okay. But if it's going to be like Chris Brown's album with 27 damn tracks, and then the second album's that's just a little bit too much music for me. If it's going to be 10 songs each album, okay. I don't understand the breakdown or the separation. I just hope it's
maybe
not overwhelming.
Maybe he's doing a Beyonce, I Am Sasha Fierce or something.
Potentially.
We'll see. We'll see. Listen, also, have you guys been checking out your Instagram? There's a new feature that's launched. It's called Instance. And it's designed, according to Meta, to make the app feel more spontaneous. Users can snap a quick, unedited photo directly from the in-app camera and share with their close friends or mutual followers. The photos can only be viewed once, and they disappear after 24 hours, and they cannot upload it from your camera roll. And it cannot be heavily edited. And you can only do it inside messages. Let me tell you, it's a mess. I don't know why it's there, and I would like to turn it off.
So they just took Snapchat's whole shebang, huh?
Pretty much. Pretty much. The idea is to keep you in the app and keep you circulating.
I think this ties into what you're going to discuss later.
It really does. Listen, speaking of, when we come forward, we're going to get into more trending topics and headlines. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
It's bad bitch o'clock, yeah, it's thick 30. I've been through a lot, but I'm still flirty. Is everybody back up in the building? It's been a minute, tell me how you're healing.
You're riding with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt? Angela was. She called Civic Tax Relief and saved over $80,000. Felicia was having health problems, got behind on her taxes, interest and penalties were adding up. She called Civic Tax Relief and saved over $15,000. Civic Tax Relief is a professional tax negotiation firm that can protect you from the IRS. If you're getting collection letters, call Civic Tax Relief for a free consultation. They will go to work helping you discover all the relief programs you may qualify for free. James owed the IRS $37,000. Civic Tax Relief represented him against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, he did not owe the IRS anything. If you are in trouble with the IRS, call Civic Tax Relief for your free consultation now. 800-200-2257. 800-200-2257. Get a free consultation and real tax relief. Call 800-200-2257. 800-200-2257.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. At the heart of the Al Wooten Center's mission for good citizenship and academic excellence is a desire to ensure that every student avoids the kind of lifestyle and overcomes the kinds of challenges that led to the murder of Al Wooten Jr. In 1990, founder Myrtle Faye Rumpf opened the center in honor of her son's life. In 2026, they are serving more than 300 students in grades 3 through 12 annually online and on site at their youth center and other sites in the South LA area. The Al Wooten Jr. Youth Center takes a neighborhood approach to the revitalization and empowerment of a community in crisis. The Wooten Center provides free after-school and summer programs to help students in grades 3 through 12 attain grade-level proficiency and promotion, high school graduation, and college and career access and success. The Al Wooten Center focuses on academics, STEM, the arts, and so much more. Join them for an enriching experience that sparks creativity and nurtures young minds. Tap in at wootencenter.org. That's wootencenter.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
Now back to more entertainment news with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
So what are you doing back?
Well, I sat back and thought about the things we used to do. It really meant a lot to me. You mean a lot to me.
I really mean that much to you?
Girl, you know it's true.
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. Happy birthday, Fab, formerly of Milli Vanilli. Listen, give them back their Grammy. The way we're set up now in music, they should be giving back their Grammy.
Educate me. I think I was a youngster when all that happened.
So I think they won Best New Artist or Best New Song back when this dropped. And when it was discovered that they were not the vocals on the song, they were lip syncing. Remember, there's a couple of, you won't remember, but there were a couple of performances where they were performing and the record, the CD literally skipped and things like that. So it was all a scandal and they had to give their Grammys back.
My thing is, why was it such a big deal when at that time, like, lip syncing wasn't anything new, right?
But it wasn't just lip syncing wasn't new,
right?
But somebody else singing your vocals, that wasn't appropriate.
Got it.
Yeah. So, listen, shout out to them.
But now you're saying give them the Grammy back.
I think so. With a lot of things that have happened and gone on, give them the Grammy back.
Especially with AI now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All of the things. All right. If you want to get involved in this conversation at any point, 800-920-1580. That's the number that you can dial. Of course, you can hit us up on social media, KBLA 1580. I'm at Stiletto Jill everywhere. Or get the visual to go along with this audio experience. Hop into the YouTube chat with the VIPs. That's our community, and they are already chatting. Shout out to them. Okay. So let's talk about it, right? We kind of alluded to it. And, wait. Before I get into Lizzo, there is something I wanted to address, right? Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is still standing 10 toes down on this credentials conversation, right? She's continuing to defend her credentials following the backlash and her recent appearance on The Breakfast Club. Now, I should remind you, if you weren't aware, she's promoting a book. Live your promise, escape your wilderness, heal your pain so you can manifest the life you want. Right? That's where it started on the Joe Budden podcast. She was recently on another podcast, not a podcast, network show, Fox something, I believe in Atlanta. And she said she is standing 10 toes down on her credentials. The story she told was that the university she went to, they closed down, so she couldn't get her transcripts and blah, blah, blah. And in order to be refunded the money because the school closed down, they said that they would take her classes away. What did you say?
I think it was Argosy University.
Yes. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if you guys remember, there was a young lady named Stephanie that used to be a contributor both on my show as well as Robin Ayers' show, right? Stephanie 11-8. Stephanie also attended that university, and she was one of the first students there. What she displayed on her Threads feed was that she, today, can go and request her credentials from back then, even though she was refunded as well as some other people came in under similar circumstances. It is illegal. You cannot take away someone's credentials because you defrauded them. So I don't know what's going on, right? She said she's standing 10 toes down. Her writers know, and the rest of us or y'all or whomever can run away with your own narratives. If you like it, she loves it. You can think what you want.
I will say this. I did see Fizz on Cam Newton's podcast Funky Friday, and Cheyenne Bryant was brought up as well.
Right. He said he's known her for a very long time.
I didn't even know she was in the Gots to Be video. I was like, whoa, that is her. Anyways, but Fizz is back in Cheyenne Bryant. Like, yo, she went to school and she's legit. So if that matters or anything.
And she probably did go to school, right? But she doesn't have a public dissertation, which you have to get a doctorate. And she probably was never clinically licensed, whether she didn't finish school or whatever happened. There is a distinction, and that distinction impacts us as a consumer. Now, you can go to a life coach, a psychologist, a mindset master, any of these things, but they do different things. And there are different levels of protection and expectation that come along with the title and the role. And that is really the only reason why I think a lot of people, well, aside from the people that just don't like her, are trying to point out the potential harm that can come from the mislabeling. Like, it's all cool. You want to give advice as a life coach or whatever, but just be who you are. Even if there was a technicality, what you're saying still doesn't make sense, because people that went through a similar situation at the same university were able to pull their transcripts.
Two things. Considering all the people that's giving advice on social media, it really shouldn't matter whether she's a doctor or not, in my opinion. And then number two, I forgot what my second thing was.
She can give.
I got
okay.
it. If she wasn't attractive, given the advice that she's giving, would people be really trying to figure out whether she was, certified like
yes,
that?
I think so, because of the way that she comes at some of the topics and whatever. Do I think that her being attractive is an extra, does it give a little bit more sting to it? Yes, but I still think that people would be coming at the individual for the way that they do, right? All right, so let's get into Lizzo, because this kind of goes into the theme. What's running your algorithm, right? Lizzo's saying what a lot of people think, right? Your favorite artist or streamer or influencer, whomever, may be dropping music, a product, something you're looking forward to, but the algorithm may be deciding if you need to know about it or not, right? She's not really complaining about promo. Some people have pointed out she dropped new music and it's not doing well, so that could be part of her gripe, which it could be, but she is talking about how the algorithm has replaced radio as the discovery engine. We all know how TikTok can make songs blow up, even if it's just 30 seconds of a song, right? But rollout strategy, fan connection, all of that, the algorithm is now the gatekeeper of that. And Lizzo's just questioning how we all feel about that and how you feel about being restricted from things that you want to see. We all know how we follow someone, but we never see their content, even though we would like to. So let's hear a little bit of what Lizzo had to say.
The algorithm-based way that social media functions now is destroying the music industry. Now, when I say the music industry, I don't mean music culture. I don't mean the good music that's out. I don't mean our ability to connect via social media to music. I'm talking about the actual industry that allows artists to sell their music for profit. Because if your algorithm is super serving you things out of order of when they're happening, then the general public has no idea when music is actually coming out. I have had several occasions where there were artists whose music I was actually looking forward to, I completely missed because I didn't realize it was out because my algorithm didn't tell me. And I don't want to blame everything on the algorithm. Of course, we curate our own reality. However, back in the day, which was maybe even just 5 years ago, we used to get things chronologically. Because of streaming and social media and our post-COVID chronically online society, most of music marketing is online. Not to mention budgets are, therefore, music marketing relies heavily on social media. But now, ever since the algorithm has been showing us things out of order, baby, there's actually no way to successfully promote an album where everyone knows your album is coming. Now, mind you, when I say everyone knows your album is coming, that doesn't mean whether they care or not that it's coming. Believe it or not, once upon a time, there were artists who were just the biggest on the planet who everyone knew their album was coming, whether they were going to buy it or not. It was ubiquitous. Where it bites me in the ass is I have a private page. I have a private page with over 280,000 people who follow me because they support me, because they love me. But even when I post on that page, I'm not hitting their algorithm. I have 280,000 people who want to buy my album, who want to see me on tour, and they're not even seeing my promotional videos. And I get accused of not promoting my album when I'm doing morning shows, podcasts, Netflix specials, dropping the packaging, dropping the cover, doing my part. And it's not just me. Because virality does not equal album sales. There are people who are super viral whose albums just don't sell as much as their fame. Their albums don't match the amount of views they have on their posts. And listen, I'm gonna be okay. I'm a big girl. I'm a very successful woman. I have a loyal fan base. I'm saying this to bring awareness to where we're headed. It is deeply concerning, you guys. Fans are not even aware that their favorite artist is releasing music. And they're doing everything they need to do to keep up with their favorite artists. They follow them. Something has got to give about this, but you know what? What do I know? I'm just a girl.
So, I mean, she said a lot there, but I think you can insert anything, a book, an event, just an update. You know, social media will show you a random person in a hotel bathroom making a lasagna before they show you your friends that you're following, right? Again, it's not just streams. It is, you know, repetition, proximity, conversation, memes, remixes, radio club, TikTok. That's how we are marketed to now. And it's very different from times in the past. Like, you have to dig to find not necessarily, but necessarily what you're looking for. Even to the point that sometimes I feel like if you like something, it sometimes seems further away from you than if you just observe and scroll, if that makes sense. So do you think that natural discovery even exists? Do you think that you can discover music on your own, or something that you appreciate now because the algorithm is so regimented and allegedly directing you to things that you have already expressed an interest in?
I'll say yes. I mean, the algorithm will mix in things that they deem that you're interested in, but throw in, you know, somebody new or something that you haven't heard of from time to time. But I hate the algorithm 100%. To what Lizzo's point and your point, you know, I follow 200 people and I only be seeing like 5 people. I know it's all about what you engage with, but stop trying to figure me out, because I could miss something that you're promoting unless you tell me one-on-one, or I have to personally go on your page to figure that out. My solution is, y'all, if they can create another 106 in Park or something like that, I'm saying we need that show. We need that
what
show.
For culture, I feel like various people have tried it. Maybe they just haven't found the right conversation. Kairelos Malati, I'm probably jacking your name up. So sorry. In the chat says, Drake is able to promote just fine. Maybe people are tired of her being put in their timelines because we have GLP-1s and don't have a need for a Lizzo anymore. That was mean, first and foremost. But she did say she wasn't just talking about herself. In general, across the board, we've talked about the fact that how long did we go before a hip-hop #1 happened this year? Oh, by the way, guess what's in the top 5 albums this week? Thriller by Michael Jackson. Do you know 80% of music that is listened to and streamed is old music? So while sometimes you may feel like that, the point is, and she even made that point, the most visible people that you see aren't necessarily moving units like we thought. Now, Drake is the exception. He's obviously a barometer. And what happens tomorrow with Iceman is definitely going to be a test. But I do believe it still stands. Listen, we got it? All right, we got Fahima on the line. Fahima from DC. Welcome in, Fahima.
Yeah, just really quick, Jill. Now, I'm a fan of Lizzo. I adore her, but I have to slightly disagree with her. Yeah, the algorithm may have somewhat of an impact, but do you remember when Lenny Kravitz had that album where he was butt ball naked? It was everywhere. Even if you weren't a Lenny Kravitz fan, you saw it everywhere.
What year was that, Fahima?
This was like it was last year, actually. It was last year. He was butt ball naked. He filmed it at his residence, and that album was marketed everywhere. It was on YouTube. It was on Instagram. It was everywhere. Even if you weren't a Lenny Kravitz fan, you saw it. So I really think it does have a lot to do with marketing. I'm not saying that the algorithm isn't a factor, but if Lenny Kravitz was showing up in my grandma's algorithm, he was marketing.
But how many album sales did he get? How many streams? That's the question. That is her point. There are a lot of popular people, but not necessarily all of the time. When we come forward, we're going to have more trending topics and headlines. You're locked in with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Are you ready for the hottest entertainment scoop in Los Angeles? She's bringing you exclusive interviews with today's biggest stars, behind-the-scenes Hollywood insights, and all the entertainment news you need to know. She's breaking down what's trending, what's ending, and what's just beginning in the world of entertainment. You're riding with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Black House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries is criticizing President Trump for saying he's not thinking about Americans' finances during Iran negotiations.
It's an extraordinary admission.
Trump told reporters his focus is stopping Iran from getting a nuclear weapon. The comments come as gas prices rise, with AAA putting the national average at $4.53 a gallon. The Library of Congress is adding new music to the National Recording Registry. Beyonce's Single Ladies and Chaka Khan's version of I Feel For You are among the 2026 selections. And Florida Attorney General James Othmeyer is escalating his fight with the NFL over the Rooney Rule. He issued a subpoena arguing the policy requiring teams to interview minority candidates for top jobs may violate state laws against race-based hiring. Othmeyer says recent NFL website changes raise more questions about its hiring process. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Recall 67A mobile appointments are now available in your area. We come to you quick, easy, and under an hour. Complete the recall to get $500 plus a warranty worth thousands. Schedule today at CummonsRecall.com.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Dodgers snapped a 4-game losing streak Wednesday night with a 4-0 win over San Francisco at Dodger Stadium. Shohei Ohtani was not in the batting lineup, but he was impressive on the mound. He allowed only 4 hits in 7 innings and struck out 8. The Dodgers have been struggling lately. The 2-time World Series champions are 4-9 since April 27th. Former Dodgers outfielder Jason Hayward, one of only 2 African Americans on the Dodgers roster over the past 3 seasons, has been hired as a special assistant in the Dodgers organization. The 36-year-old Hayward, a 5-time Gold Glove winner, retired in March after 16 seasons in Major League Baseball. Charlie Neal, longtime voice of HBCU sports, passed away Wednesday, Neil was 80. Neil was at BET for 24 years before moving over to ESPN in 2005 to continue his outstanding HBCU coverage. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hi, I'm Zoe Williams, host of The Voice of Reason, weeknights at 7 p.m. here on KBLA Talk 1580, with a personal invitation for you to join me and Insight.me as we present The Healing Box, live at Inglewood's world-famous Miracle Theater, Saturday evening, May 23rd at 7 p.m. Look, I understand your attachment style has been running your life like a rogue algorithm, and nobody has had the courage to press pause. Until now, Dr. Bakoya McCall and yours truly are curating a night where clinicians, spiritualists, and an all-star panel of Black woman healers like Dr. Shalonda Sunshine Crawford, Dr. Jashana Johnson, and spiritualist Precious McGill will join some amazing spoken word artists and the legendary comedian Louis Dix to diagnose, disrupt, and heal your relational wreckage in real time. Listen, bring your trauma. As a matter of fact, bring your baby mama. No, bring your testimony. And if you're still texting your ex at 2 a.m., baby, you're not just invited, you're the target demo. Tickets are moving fast, so grab yours at themiracleinglewood.com before your dating history gets flagged as a pre-existing condition. That's themiracleinglewood.com. We'll see you there Saturday, May 23rd at 7 p.m.
Let's be real. For too long, too many of our students have sat in overcrowded classrooms in underfunded public schools.
But as head of the San Diego School Board, Richard Barrera changed that.
Under Barrera's leadership, student literacy rose from the state average all the way to #1 among major urban school districts. Barrera led the way for smaller classrooms and for teachers to be paid what they're worth.
Barrera funded more counselors and mental health services, and community schools that teach real-world skills for future jobs.
A community organizer who became an education leader to fight for our kids. The only candidate for State Superintendent of Public Instruction.
Backed by the 310,000 classroom educators of the California Teachers Association. Vote Democrat Richard Barrera for State Superintendent.
Ad paid for by California Teachers Association Independent Expenditure Committee, not authorized by a candidate or committee controlled by a candidate.
Turn the dial to where the truth lives. This is KBLA Talk 1580.
The joint will be jumping. Ebony Repertory Theater, in association with Fig Street Films, brings you one of the most beloved musicals of all time. Tony Award winner, Ain't Misbehavin'. The soulful, swinging celebration of the music of Fats Waller. From the rollicking to the romantic, this show is pure magic, full of the songs that defined an era and the voices that'll make you forget everything else for a night. Foot stomping, heart stirring, unforgettable. Don't miss Ain't Misbehavin' at the Nate Holden Performing Arts Center, starring Lettucey, directed by Ren T. Brown. This is the night out you've been waiting for. Tickets are going fast, so don't wait. Grab yours now at ebonyrep.org or call the box office today at 323-964-9766. Ebony Repertory Theater, bringing the culture, keeping the legacy alive.
Ain't Misbehavin' runs May 21st through June 8th at the Nate Holden Performing Arts Center. Get your tickets now.
You're listening to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Just give me all your loving, girl, I'll do all the loving. That's all I ask of you. I'll kiss you in the air. Yes, love even there. That's all I ask of you. Kissing you is not enough for me. You know I'm a big boy, and big boys have desires.
Welcome back in. You're locked in with Joe Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580. Happy birthday to Raphael Sadiq. I should post my picture of him. Did I take a picture with him at the Oscars? I think I did. I just never posted it. But shout out to him, that Taurus King. You know, we are still in Taurus season for a couple more days. Look at Andy being a hater. We love you on the cusp, Libra/Scorpio.
That's right. Say it right.
Sister sign of Taurus. In both sides, actually, because Libras are Venetian and Scorpios are opposite. But anyway, that's a side, y'all. A side. A random side. All right, listen. Kandi Burruss has opened up about divorce from Todd Tucker. The usually booked, busy, and buttoned up Taurus, another Taurus queen. She talked about healing in an interview with the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, right? She's putting together a one-woman show, I Did, I'm Done, and it's about her divorce from Todd Tucker. And during that interview, she became emotional when she was asked about healing and said she's not healed. She also said that she stays busy, does not like to be emotional or sad, and is learning how to move as a solo person after doing so much of life and business with Todd. Let's take a listen.
Don't make me cry. Where's my tissue? How does anybody navigate?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Wait, bring it together. Okay, I'm listening.
No, I'm just saying, I just hope that you're taking time, out for yourself. Because you wear so many hats and do a lot.
I stay busy. Can we, give me 2 seconds before I start. Now, I mean, if y'all ain't heard, I got divorced recently. After, 12 years of marriage, it was 2.5 years. So, we was together 15 years.
How have you been able to heal, from the divorce? Because I know in the show you do, reveal some infidelity, but how were you able to heal from that?
I don't think I'm healed.
Okay.
I don't.
I mean, it's still kind of is less than a year, huh? Since it happened.
Oh yeah. It's been less than a year. It's that was July. I'm not healed. No, I'm not healed. Okay, simply, you already see me as I'm one of those people, I try not to talk about, I guess like I said to you earlier, I don't like to talk about stuff because I don't like to be emotional. I don't like to be sad. I like to live into the positive, lean into the positive, lean into the fun.
So shout out to Kandi, like a true Taurus. She don't want to deal with those emotions. And I can understand, especially not publicly. I mean, they were partners, co-stars, co-parents, producers, part of the public mythology for one another. And, when you ask how she's moving, she has to divide and separate from all those different aspects of her life, as does he. I'm not, saying he is not undergoing the same thing too. Plus, it all happens very publicly. So, busy isn't the same thing as healed. I think we all can agree to that. And we've seen that. I think she is not just, because I saw people talking about, she figured out she missed Todd. I don't think it literally has to do with missing that aspect of their relationship, but it's the connection, the knowing this is us and we are moving as a unit together, and that in moments when you maybe aren't as strong, there's someone for you to lean on, right? But if you feel like that person is not doing you justice and you lean on them and it's really a trap door, then you got to make some changes. But it doesn't mean that you don't mourn the moments or that former life. So give them both grace, right? Competent women still get their feelings hurt, and they still have to, figure out how to move and adapt. People often think that, we always hear so much about how Kandi's about her business. She's airtight. But that doesn't mean that she doesn't have a soft, squishy inside that sometimes might be a little sensitive and hurt. So yeah, I wish her peace and blessings, both of them, because it's a lot. It's a lot. And, it's not just about leaving that marriage. It's about learning to stand alone and how you have to change up your whole business ideology and all of these things because of allegedly a scheme that Todd set up with another woman. Allegedly. So, shout out to Kandi. Listen, coming up, right? There is a new movie that is coming out called I Love Boosters. And the basis of this film is a song by the group The Coup that came out more than 20 years ago, right? Boots Riley was once a rapper before he became a screenwriter and a filmmaker. And so it also stars Keke Palmer, Taylor Page, think Demi Moore is also in it, and some others. And basically, the film is, some would say, a politically charged heist comedy, but it's a comedy about a crew of boosters. If you aren't familiar with the term booster, that is a shoplifter. That's what it was called in the Bay. I'm sure maybe it was other places as well, but the Bay Area is always where I heard the term boosters. And that's where you would go get your fashion from sometimes, because, you know, the designers would play games, people felt, maybe. At any rate, it's from that culture, and the film is not just about shoplifting and criminals. Boots is an eclectic mind, so to speak, so it's quirky. And it also really underlying talks about capitalism, fashion, labor, Oakland survival, and who gets called a criminal after everybody else has their culture stolen. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I know you feel what I'm putting down. All right, so that's coming up. It's a real interesting interview. They're going to talk a little bit about Janet Jackson in the interview. Boots talks about his last conversation with Tupac that happened to be about Janet Jackson. Spoiler alert, the reason why Janet came up is because I had a huge poster of Janet Jackson behind me. So big ups to them. And make sure you check out the interview, and the film drops May 22nd in theaters. As mentioned, it's LaKeith, Don Cheadle, Demi Moore, Naomi Ackie, Keke Palmer, and yeah, it's lit. So enjoy your weekend, guys. I'll be back on Monday for more facts, context, and culture. You know how we get down over here. Until then, have a good weekend.
They let the boosters, you should let them too. Even if they don't know you, they'll get it feeling like a whole outfit on shoe. I let them boosters, they let them boosters, you should let them too. Even if they don't know you, they'll get it feeling like a whole outfit on shoe.
A booster is a person who jacks from the retail and sells it in the hood for dirt cheap resale. In these hard times, they press on like lean nails. And all of my experience, the sex has been female. Back in elementary, my shoes used to rap. Every time my soles hit the street, they would flap. Then in high school, Langston Anderson would cap, cause my jacket didn't have a brand name on the back. Years later, this lady took me to her apartment. It looked like the Macy's sportswear department. Clothes on the chairs, on the couch, and the carpet. A 20 had me icy like pissing in the Arctic. If it wasn't for the hard work of a booster, most couldn't go to the clubs that were used to. If you don't fit the dress code, they'll boot you like people who get dressed up.
Your ride with Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
My name is Cynthia Mitchell. I've been an emergency room nurse in Los Angeles County for 25 years. I've been there through every fire season, every outbreak, every earthquake. Every time Los Angeles needed us, the doctors and nurses of Los Angeles County showed up. And right now, I'm seeing another disaster coming. Trump's cuts to Los Angeles County's healthcare system are a public health crisis in the making. Medi-Cal, public hospitals, disaster preparedness are all at risk, but we can stop it. Measure ER fights back against these cuts. For a half a penny, we keep emergency rooms open, care within reach for working families, and doctors and nurses serving the communities we love. When you vote yes on Measure ER, you're not just voting for healthcare, you're voting for LA. Vote yes on Measure ER by June 2nd.
Ad paid for by Yes on ER, Restore Healthcare for Angelinos, sponsored by St. John's Community Health and Health Justice Action Fund. Ad committee top funder, St. John's Community Health.
Hey LA County, it's time to vote. Return your ballot early at any official ballot drop box. Visit plan.lavote.gov to make your voting plan today. Brought to you by the Los Angeles County Registrar.
Let's be real. For too long, too many of our students have sat in overcrowded classrooms in underfunded public schools.
But as head of the San Diego School Board, Richard Barrera changed that.
Under Barrera's leadership, student literacy rose from the state average all the way to #1 among major urban school districts. Barrera led the way for smaller classrooms and for teachers to be paid what they're worth.
Burruss funded more counselors and mental health services, and community schools that teach real-world skills for future jobs.
A community organizer who became an education leader to fight for our kids. The only candidate for State Superintendent of Public Instruction.
Backed by the 310,000 classroom educators of the California Teachers Association. Vote Democrat Richard Burruss for State Superintendent.
Ad paid for by California Teachers Association Independent Expenditure Committee. Not authorized by a candidate or committee controlled by a candidate.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is connecting you with services and solutions. Domestic violence and family violence is when someone in an intimate or family relationship tries to gain or maintain power and control over another through a wide range of abusive behaviors. Every single act may amount to abuse. Abuse can take on various forms: psychological and emotional, physical and economic, and sexual abuse. The Genesee Center Incorporated is a nationally recognized nonprofit domestic violence prevention and intervention organization, housing women and children from 30 days up to 2 years through emergency and transitional shelters. The Genesee Center also provides support services like mental health counseling, life skills classes, computer training, job referrals, after-school programs for children, field trips, tutoring, and comprehensive direct legal services. If you need help or you'd like to donate or volunteer, call the Genesee Hotline, 1-800-479-7328. That's 1-800-479-7328, or visit genesee.org. Everyone has the right to be safe. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
We love America in spite of, not because of.
And that's the deepest kind of love.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. In a world full of noise, one station keeps it real. KBLA Talk 1580, where the conversation goes deeper, the voices sound like yours, and the issues that matter most to our community take center stage. Progressive, powerful, unapologetically us. Whether you're driving through the city or tuning in from your home or office, join the public square. KBLA Talk 1580, your home for talk that enlightens, encourages, and empowers. Listen live on our free KBLA 1580 app, on our website at KBLA1580.com, or on your radio dial at 1580 AM.
Unapologetically progressive. You're listening to Jill Munroe on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, all right, you got the giant Janet Jackson.
I do. I love Janet. She's my
that
choice.
was the last question I asked Tupac, what was it like to kiss Janet Jackson?
What did he say?
She's just another rich girl, blah, blah, blah. You know?
Well, kind of along those lines, but sort of a pivot. I appreciate the history. You started this universe, Boots, with a song from your group, The Coup, almost 20 years ago. And in this particular film, we go from Oakland department stores to factories in China, you know, local hustle, global labor. How important was it for you to show the story that it's not just a neighborhood crime story, but it is a bigger system involved?
That was the whole thing that made me realize it was a movie, right? Matter of fact, the song I made 20 years ago is about that, and that's the reason why it's worth talking about. Is putting this into context. There's a lot of moralizing that goes around boosting, and I will say, obviously, separately, it's dangerous to do it, right? So, like, it's not like, but as far as whether it's moral or not, we live in a world where theft is legal, right? And it isn't more spelled out than in the industry that they are boosting from, right? But separately, they're not necessarily outside of that industry, because if you think about stuff like the boosters in the East Coast that did all the Ralph Lauren stuff and made polo popular and made their thing become this, you know, fashion from black folks and people of color and just other poor neighborhoods is what rises up to be inspiring the fashion houses. And so, you know, it was an interesting way to look at how capitalism works and a way to put in the exploitation of labor as a question. And when we talk about it, we never talk about that as something. We assume that items just get there, right? And someone owns the items and they get them stolen from them. And so I wanted to put that full context in there.
Love that. LaKeith, for you, you both have worked together before. And one thing that is consistent in this universe is the sort of oddity or uniqueness to it. So as an actor working with this rhythm, how do you find the emotional honesty inside a universe that's already a bit bent?
All right, you're gonna come my way. I wanna get someone, love it. Oh, baby, come on. One of the things I love about Janet Jackson's music is that, and this is gonna tie back around to the answer, don't worry, is that it's all about love. And every time I hear it, I just feel so good, and I just feel so full of feelings of love and connection. And I think at the center of all of us, we just want to connect, and we just want to be felt connected to and come together. And I think my character represents that attempt to come together. And sometimes when we're trying to come together with trauma, it's difficult, and there's a little bit of rockiness, and it also can appear quite funny when we're in an imbalance where we're trying to connect with someone and they may not be trying to connect with us, or maybe we're trying to connect when we're passing ships, or maybe we're just not connecting at the right time, or maybe we're trying to connect with the facade. There's so many things that could make it awkward, and so humor is very much a part of the exploration of love and connection. But so is pain, and so I wanted to kind of incorporate all of these different elements and show the internal struggle of what it can be and the persistence in the will to connect, even though one might not be really prepared to do so.
I love that. So for both of you, this film plays the idea that fashion in Black and brown neighborhoods is absorbed, repackaged, sold back at luxury prices. So I want to know, in that part of the story, that aspect, what was the important message you wanted people to walk away from the theater with in that particular focus?
Well, I don't think the film offers a separate solution to it from the main solution it offers, which is that we have these things we're struggling around in our isolated individual struggles, and that we can collectivize those struggles, and they find the answer to all of these different focuses in one thing, right? And it's connected to the fact that right now we see an extreme lack of power. We're feeling, a lot of people are feeling powerless, and not without reason, right? We have the U.S. and Israel going around saying, how dare you say we might be even involved in genocide in genocide in Palestine. They are, and fire people for that, do all that sort of stuff, and then one day later go and say, you know what, we're about to commit genocide tomorrow, right? And you would think that they couldn't do both of those either one of those things, but definitely not both of those things. And the reason they're able to do that is they know we feel powerless, and they know that we know there's some truth to that, because until we have a movement that can affect their power, they can do whatever they want. And power under capitalism comes from capital. That's why it's called capitalism. And we actually create the capital. And when I say we, okay, I'm not in the working class anymore, but the working class creates the capital. And the working class can have an effect on that if we create a mass militant radical labor movement, one that can use the withholding of labor to shut down parts of industries, whole industries, swaths of industries, and through that demand policy change. We're not going to, under this same system, get a fix for those things that we're talking about. But in the middle of struggling for that, you can get things changed as you're struggling for something more.
And now, Boots, I want you to stop talking because I want you around. Let's go.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Black House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries is criticizing President Trump for saying he's not thinking about Americans' finances during Iran negotiations.
It's an extraordinary admission.
Trump told reporters his focus is stopping Iran from getting a nuclear weapon. The comments come as gas prices rise, with AAA putting the national average at $4.53 a gallon. The Library of Congress is adding new music to the National Recording Registry. Beyond